Hey everybody, it's Dr. Taylor here, and today we're going to learn how to do a multiple response nominal variable analysis. Now, as you remember, a nominal variable is a categorical variable with two or more categories that have no natural order or numeric values. Now, a multiple response nominal variable is a question where you ask them to check all that apply. So essentially it's a nominal variable, but the way that SPSS breaks it out is that, as you see here, you only can have a 1 or a 0. So it breaks it into different questions. So you either select it and you get a 1, or you don't select it and you get a 0. So let's take a look at how that looks here. So we're looking at question 5. Let's go over question 5. So they put 1s if you selected it. All right, and actually they didn't give you anything if you didn't select it. So how do we analyze this data? Well, in order to analyze this data, we have to go through 4 separate steps. And so the first step is going to be identify all of your multi-response variables. Just create a list of which ones are going to be multi-response. So for example, this one is an interval, so we know that none of these will qualify as an MRNV. MRNV, which is a multiple response nominal variable. This one has a 1 if you click it. So, and it says check all that applies. So all these check all that applies. All these check all that applies. These check all that applies. All these are multiple response nominal variables. So first, identify which ones are multiple response. And our job is to take this and turn it into one type of chart. So in order to do that, after we identify it, we need to go into step 2, which is to perform some descriptives. And we can just do frequencies because it's a nominal variable. And so we'll do our frequencies, and then we're going to go into step 3 and create an Excel file and clean up the data so that in step 4, we can create a chart. So let's get started. For step 1, I'm only going to use question 5. There are several MRNV variables here in this data set that I could do, but for the time constraint that we have with this video, I only have time to show you how to do one of them, but they're all done the same exact way. So if you just repeat this process over and over again, you'll be able to get all of your multiple response nominal variables done. All right, so step 1, I've identified my questions, my multi-response variables. For this particular question, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have this text response, but this is a qualitative response, and I'm going to teach you how to analyze that in our qualitative data analysis video. For now, we're only focusing on creating the chart to be able to explain the answers for this data. So let's get the descriptive statistics. We're going to click Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies. I got to reset that, but then we're going to go down to Q5. This is Q5. Yes, Q5. I'm going to hit Shift, and then I am going to right click, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have everything I need. Display frequency tables, yes. Click OK. And now I have everything I need to be able to create a chart. So I want to go and open up my file where I have the different data analysis that I've been doing. I want that one to be third, first, second, third. All right, and so I'm going to go back to the output, and I am going to copy. Let's see if I can copy them all at once. So I simply hit Control. Let's see if I got it to work, and I'll go back to Excel. And yes, that worked, but wait. I don't like it with all the formatting. I want to right click. I want to paste special. All right, so we know this is our question. We know we can get rid of these three things. So now it's just an issue of cleaning things out, which is kind of a pain. We can get we want to move this over. Well, actually, I'm sorry, we don't want to move that over. We'll keep that one where it is. For this question, we're going to change it though, because this is going to apply to all of them. Okay, but we have our debt services. And I'm sorry, we do want to shift it over. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of all of this. Sorry, that didn't do what I wanted it to. I'm going to delete it. And it is now just an issue of going up and cleaning everything up. Now, some people like to do this by hand, where they hand enter the data. I don't hand enter data, and the reason why is because that causes errors in the data. So there's a lot of transcribing errors, and it can cause problems. So now we have a frequency. We need what our sample size was. So we need to go back. We need to look at this, and we had an N of 54. So our sample size is out of 54. I just want to mark that there. And we want to do a percentage. So we are going to go this, equal this divided by 54. All right, and we want all of them to do that. And we're going to make it a percent, and we'll go out one decimal place. And then we have what we need to do the chart. But first, we want to sort the data. So go to Data, go to Sort. My data does not have, my data does have headers. I want it to go by percentage, and I want it to be largest to smallest. Okay, so now I want to make a chart, but I'm going to click on that, and then, click on this, and then Control click on this side. I do not want this in here. It will not make a pretty chart. And then I'm going to go Insert, click on the chart, and click here. Now my chart title, here we have it. And there we go. So we want to pretty this up a little. We want the values on top, add the data labels. We want, we don't want the lines. Oh wait, we do want the lines on the border, but we want the major grid lines. We don't want any lines. And there, now we have a, a beautiful chart. We can, and it goes in a descending way. So again, we know that which organizations they use other, so we didn't collect everyone. And as a matter of fact, we forgot to put our own organization in here. Yeah, we sure did. We should have had DHHC in here, but we didn't have it. All right, so that is everything you need to analyze a multiple response nominal variable analysis. First, we identified our multiple response variables. Then we did descriptives. Then we copied those descriptives and pasted them into an Excel file, and we cleaned up that file, and then we created the chart. And now we simply copy and paste this chart into our presentation, and we have everything we need for our data analysis. All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be talking to you later. Have a good day.